I am back. Did you miss me? Welcome. MJ here. I know, I've been gone for quite a while, but I am back. I will be posting regularly on this channel. I have started a secondary YouTube channel, which I'll be focused more so on giving you commentary, covering news, covering current events, and quite frankly, exposing the elitist. If that sounds interesting to you, feel free to subscribe to my other channel. It is called Wake Up America. I will post a link somewhere in the video, but this is going to be the main channel. This is where I'll be focused on talking watches and watch-related content. I'm thinking about starting a new series in which I go on Reddit, I go on the watches subreddit, and then I go and check out some of the collections that are frequently uploaded on there, and I give my thoughts on them. I give a review, and at the end I will give a rate, and possibly, depending on the collection, most of them, I will give my suggestions as to how it is that you can improve. Why don't we get started? Why don't we head right over to Reddit? So we'll visit Reddit real quick, reddit.com, search watches, subreddit watches. I should probably type in collection or something along those lines. Oops, cool election. Oh yeah, because I have a cool election. And I would probably say I would sort this by, let's sort by new. I want to see the new stuff coming in. We got quite a few things going on. All right, so let's start with this one. First one, SOTC. Oh, before I do, because I am drinking my coffee, it is early in the morning. I'm going to do something a little different. Now, don't get used to this, but I will be removing my mask helmet in order to enjoy my coffee. All right.
Now, I will be fully exposing my face currently, but this is going to make it a little bit easier for me to enjoy my morning drugs. Anyway, let's go back into it. So, SOTC, my trio, 1 year after entering this rabbit hole. 1 year in. Okay. Let's see what you're working with, buddy. Oh, okay. I see that there is a nice Longines Conquest. I dig that. Is it a green dial? Is that a black dial? Can't quite tell from this picture. You see, I was actually kind of disappointed. I went into Longines and I tried out the Conquest in 38. And man, it was quite underwhelming. If I were to get any of the Conquest or one of the new lineup in Longines, it would probably have to be the Hydro Conquest. But anyway, back to the collection. This IWC is very nice. And it's on a, what is that, a NATO strap, parachute strap. I dig the strap. Is that OEM? I believe it is. And there is a Tudor Pelagos. So you got a diver, you got a field watch, and you got a pretty much go anywhere, do anything, as people like to call these. I personally hate that term. But 3 watches, very nice, solid collection, even though you're only 1 year into it. Overall, I would say it's a very sturdy collection. Now, I'm going to give you a rate. And personally, I see this as being a 10 out of 10. Good job, my friend. Watch collection. My modest 7-year collection. What can I add? I have always loved watches, but not in a conventional watch connoisseur fashion with a particular eye for movement and quality, etc. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see what you're working with. A Tissot chronograph looks quite thick and chunky. No diddy. The Seiko 5 diver. I don't even know what's the water resistance on these. Citizen ProMaster, G-Shock. My friend, I would probably keep the Tissot, even though it's not my cup of tea. I would keep the Tissot. I would keep the Citizen ProMaster. And I would keep the G-Shock. I would toss out the rest. And perhaps look into acquiring other pieces, new pieces. I believe this is like a Bauhaus inspired watch. So why not go with like a Junghans? or something. What the fuck is this skeleton? Not the biggest fan. I would rate your collection. I'd give it a 4 out of 10. Collection. Just got my 6th watch to finish the case. Any suggestion if I get another box? I like fun, unique looking watches under $500. You like cheap shitters. Alright, let's see what you're working with. Ugly, 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 ugly. I rate your collection as 0 out of 10. We're done with you. Let's move on. Collection. What does my collection say about me? Well, my friend, I spot 2 Seiko 5s. I spot a Timex. I say that you are a novice. Nothing bad. I mean, we all got to start somewhere, right? We all come from humble. Well, most of us come from humble beginnings. I mean, I think I started my collection with like a Boss Dog diver. I probably bought a couple Timexes and 2 or 3 Seikos and maybe like 2 Casios. So I get it. I understand where you are coming from. I do see a Grand Seiko. What I would do as far as your collection, and it's not bad, I would probably downsize because there's just a lot of watches. I guarantee these don't see often. Many of these don't see often wear. So I would keep the Grand Seiko. I would keep the Chinese chronograph. I would keep this Casio. I would keep the Timex. Probably keep one of these Seiko 5s. It will be up to you. It doesn't matter. Get rid of the rest. And just start wearing them. Start wearing them. Make sure that they get plenty of wear. You probably would baby the Grand Seiko. But overall, I will rate your collection a 4 out of 10. Collection. First pass at an 8 watch collection. Got my vintage Speedmaster back from service today, and with a recent pickup, I now have filled my 8 slot box with mechanical watches. Okay. So I assume this is the Omega he got back from service, the Speedmaster right here. And he's got that titanium Seamaster. I really wish they made that in a smaller case size, probably like a 39. I would say that would be a banger. Hell, I would definitely cop if they made it a 39. I do like this shade of Aquaterra. I don't know if it's just the lighting, but it looks to be like an orange dial. If so, I like it very much. And this bronze Longines Legend Diver. I think it is bronze. Looks like it is bronze. I dig it. And perhaps another bronze Christopher Ward, a Hamilton. Not the biggest fan of this Hamilton. I don't know. The execution just looks kind of cheap. Looks like a Chinese cheap watch. The Haraj. Okay, this is probably like another micro brand. I've never heard of these, but it doesn't look too bad. Not my cup of tea, but not too bad. And this Longines. I'm the biggest Longines glazer, I'll admit. But I could never get behind this watch. I don't know exactly what it is. It could be the way that the date window cutout is in place, is right above the city. It just doesn't look very good to me. But overall, I would say it's very, very solid. I would get rid of the Hamilton, and boom, very nice collection. I would rate it an 8 out of 10. Question: what do you guys think? Feeling pretty zen about my current collection. I work abroad quite a bit in a few dodgy areas. It may sound silly. It is kind of silly. Let's see what you're working with. The G-Shock. Okay, yeah, because you're definitely not going to get robbed wearing a G-Shock. I mean, who would want to rob you for that? The Seiko Diver. and a Christopher Ward. Okay, not too bad. I really like this. So what I would do is I would probably, I would keep them. I wouldn't toss out any of them, though I'm not the biggest fan of this Seiko. But hey, if that's what you like, more power to you. I really like the way these wear, how they look on a NATO strap. I know that they're meant to be on a NATO strap. So I would give your collection a solid 7 out of 10. And one thing to keep in mind is that it's not always about price. You don't have to have the most expensive, the latest and greatest watches. It's really just about how you choose to implement certain watches into your collection. In this case, it plays out quite nice. Even though it is a little monotonous, it's very black dials. But nonetheless, in my opinion, one good watch, and it doesn't have to be the most expensive, trumps a boatload of cheap shitters. So I would say, yeah, like I said, I can't see myself changing any of this. So good job, buddy. I think it's great. I think it's lovely. Oh, we'll come back to this one maybe. SOTC, small collection. Just my small collection. All right, let's see what you're working with. Rolex Air King, Nomos. I'm not too familiar with Nomos. Can't say I'm the biggest fan. The Omega Seamaster, or Speedmaster, and a Chinese chronograph. I would rate your collection a 4 out of 10. It is quite boring, to be frank. Opinion. Yeah, this is just an edit because I'm still waiting for the case and I'm deciding if I should get that Timex Expedition. But overall, what do you think? Hit this quick edit to see how much. Is this fucking Photoshop? This is fucking Photoshop. But if this were your actual collection, we'll just play along. If this were your actual collection, I would say maybe don't go into buying all of these. I would probably say keep the Casio. This is actually very nice. I like this color. Keep the Timex, keep the Tissot, and keep the Orient. Don't buy the rest. You'll be wasting your money. And enjoy them for quite some time, just until you're able to get into stuff that you actually like. I think this is just how we all start off. We all got to start somewhere, right? So this would be a nice collection to have if you were to acquire these. But again, don't get this watch, don't get the G-Shock, don't get the Seiko, don't get this Casio. And if you're to get the rest of them, I would rate it a nice 8 out of 10. Very solid for a starter. Collection. Completed collection. I received my BB58 GMT, who will accompany my P39 and my Longines. All right, let's see what you're working with. I really like this case watch roll. So there's a Tudor Pelagos. Okay, I like that. Is that the titanium or is that stainless steel? Either way, I dig the Pelagos. I dig that Longines triple chronograph. The only thing I don't like, and I do like the color of the strap, but perhaps change the style of strap. What is that, like suede? I don't know. It just looks very, very filmy, very, just doesn't quite go with the watch. But I do like the color. I'll probably get a different leather one. And the Tudor Black Bay GMT master chronometer. Very nice. I dig it. So overall, I would say this is very solid. 3 watches. I'm sure they're going to get a lot of wear, regular wear. So I will rate your collection a 10 out of 10. Good job, my friend. my watch collection, a blend of style and function. What do you think? Oh, I'm gonna tell you what I think. So we'll dive in. What is that? China watch? Alpina? Who cares? Same thing. Glycine, Mito. Get rid of them all. I would say keep this Hamilton. This is very cool. It's very unique. Get rid of the rest and start. Just redo. Just a redo. I rate your collection a 2 out of 10. I am moving on from you. SLTC. Ugh. Bad picture. Horrible quality. All right, I'm going to change things up just a little bit. I'm going to change the filtering from new to what is hot. Show me what's hot. Show me what's popping. Completed collection. Looks like we're on the right track. I think I've already saw that one. I think I saw that one. My mod is, okay. I think I saw that one too. These are all the ones that we've already seen. SOTC, what would you add to my collection? Currently owning this 3-watch collection with what I consider classics from left to right. So we got that Omega Speedmaster. I don't know why I keep trying to say Seamaster. It's a Speedmaster. It's a legend. It's a classic. Quite frankly, I find it boring. People always say that the Submariner is boring, which I don't disagree. But you want to talk about boring? This is boring. And you got that Rolex Oyster Perpetual and the Tudor Pelagos. So overall, I would say it's a solid collection. I do think it's a little boring for my taste. But all in all, great pieces, great watches. I would give you a 7 out of 10. If anything, because I believe you did ask for advice as to what to add, I would probably look into getting a Cartier of sorts. Perhaps something a little bit more on the dressy side, but I understand that not everybody likes dress watches nowadays. So perhaps a Santos, one that you can maybe put on a leather strap, but at the same time be able to keep on a bracelet. But if not, if you are more open to something a little bit more classic, get like a tank, perhaps a precious metal tank, though a stainless steel tank would do the job just fine. Overall, very nice collection. And I think I'm going to do one more. So let's see. We'll click on this one. SLTC, rate the collection. A few more added, getting close to the dream. Getting close to the current dream collection. Only 4 left to add before I see this reasonably finished. I don't know, buddy. That's a lot of watches already. I would say, no, fuck this collection. I'm gonna react to one more. Let's see, this one. SLTC, student collection of under $200 watches. Other good value watches to look out for. Okay, let's see what you're working with. Okay, so it's a stern glass. Not too familiar with those. Okay, another one. I really like this yellow dial. I would probably get rid of the white dial. You don't need 2 of the same watch, essentially. But with the times, I personally don't find these to be very tasteful. I just don't quite see the purpose of these. I understand that we now got access to the time on our phone. We don't technically need watches. But what the fuck is this shit? Okay. And then this Casio. I like this Casio. I would probably keep this. I do like this Seiko. It's a very nice color. And this Orient Open Heart. That was probably, if I had to guess, that was probably your first mechanical watch. I know because I did the same thing. I got an Open Heart watch that ended up selling probably about less than a year later once the novelty wore off. So, yeah, I would keep that yellow dial stirring glass. I would keep this Seiko, and I would keep this Casio. If you get rid of the rest, that will make for a quite solid collection. I would have to rate it a nice 8 out of 10. But in this current state that it is in, with all of these 6 watches that you have right now, this gets diluted. So I rate it like a 3 out of 10. I'm going to do one more just because I wasn't quite satisfied with that last one. SOTC, my humble collection. Let's see just about how humble this is. Okay, so Seiko's, Timex, Citizen. This gave me a brain fart. Let's go to a different collection. SOTC, this is my collection as a 23-year-old fresh out of college. All right, let's see what you're working with. Got the Seiko 5. Is that 100-meter water resistance? Okay. Very nice starting watch. Casio's, Omega moon swatches. Okay, buddy, you know what? You win. I'm not going to say anything about your collection. I'm just going to move on to a different one. I don't feel like criticizing your collection. Instead, I will move on to a different one. SOTC. 8 years after AI, somebody stole my precious collection. Anything they compliment well? After a bad case of robbery in which I lost all my previous collection, most entry-level watches. Alright, let's cut the bullshit. Let's check this out. Let's see what you're working with. See, there's a few Rolex. There's a few Omegas and Tudors. Like WC Nomos. Okay, so these are all pretty banging watches. I do like the Submariner. I do like the Speedmaster. But if anything, I would probably downsize. And what I would do is I would keep the Sub. I would keep the Omega. I would keep the Nomos. I would keep the Tudor just because, what is that? Is that bronze or is that gold? I'm not sure. Not too familiar with this Tudor. But I do like that Tudor. It's probably bronze. So I would keep that. I would keep the Nomos. I would keep the Omega and the Rolex, the Submariner. I would scrap the rest. And I don't know. I mean, it looks like you are already into high-end watches. So perhaps just look into, I don't know, a solid gold watch maybe. Quite frankly, I find this collection a bit boring, even though these watches are all well over $3,000. I would rate your collection a 6 out of 10, my friend. I think I'm going to do one more before I call it quits. I do got a busy schedule right ahead of me, so let's click on this. SOTC, not a perfect collection by any means, but felt like sharing. Oh, okay. So 6 watches. I see an Orient, a Baltic, a Leico, Hamilton, Studio Underdog, Tresca. I really like this Tresca. What is that? Like a baby blue dial? I think there's more pictures. Okay. Hamilton. I rarely see these in the silver dial variant. I mostly see the black dial, which, I mean, I get it. I would probably get the black dial, but these actually look pretty nice, and they look even better in person. So very nice. I dig that color combination on with the strap. Studio Underdog. I'm not the biggest fan, but I'm also not the biggest fans. I'm not the biggest fan of micro brands. But in this case, I could dig that. I could respect that choice. Tresca. Speaking of micro brands, I do think that Tresca is one of the better ones out there. I really like this GMT style watch. So very nice, very nice. This is Leico, made in Germany. My BMW is made in Germany. So you'll get a pass for that. Baltic. Okay. Looks like it just about the same color as the. It's a bit repetitive when you compare it with the Hamilton. It looks like it's the same strap color and the silver dial. So perhaps just change it up a little bit, or maybe even throw the Hamilton on a different color NATO strap. Maybe something more classic, like a military classic color, like a green, a khaki, a gray, maybe. And let's see, that final watch is in Orient Bambino. It's a very nice dress watch. Overall, 6 watches, and these watches do not cost. The cost of these watches is probably no more than $1,000. Let's see, what I'm trying to say again is that price is not necessarily the main factor into what makes a collection a good, a nice, a quality collection, but rather is what makes it a good collection would be the variety. And I guess it's just a way for you to display your style, some personality, and I think this really nails it. I would say that my favorite is this Traska here. Very, very nice. I'm going to rate your collection a 10 out of 10. So with that being said, I have concluded this video. I will be posting more frequent, so be on the lookout. If you enjoy this kind of content, feel free to leave a like, leave me a comment. And if you are interested in looking at my political takes, by the way, I do have this Say No to Communism shirt. Go on and follow me on my new channel. It is called Wake Up America. I will be posting on YouTube as well as Rumble. So Rumble will be the home base for the other channel. I will post a link somewhere in the video. I would really appreciate your support. Thank you all for watching. MJ out.